Hello everyone, Serenity here. I want to welcome you to Down Home Crypto. Now in today's world, we're seeing that gap between real-world assets and crypto begin to close up. But there are some projects out there that are actually building bridges to jump across that gap and are already utilizing real-world assets to pay revenue within the crypto space. So it's really kind of an exciting time. And I've got one project specifically I want to talk to you about today. But first, do me a huge favor. Take a moment, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click that bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. Some of this information can be time sensitive. Most importantly, as always, please, if you got a friend, a coworker, a family member out there that has no idea this world exists, let them know they don't have to be college educated or rich or tech savvy. They simply have to have a desire to change their life and a courage to follow that dream. And they too can join us on this great crypto adventure. So without further ado, let's go learn about RENO. Now, to maintain honesty and transparency, there are 3 facts I want to make crystal clear before we begin. Number 1, this is a sponsored video. Number 2, it doesn't matter if it's sponsored or not. I'm going to give you my honest opinion. So whatever you see on camera, whatever you see me say or do, that's how I really feel. And I'm not going to avoid the hard questions. In fact, that's what I'm going to dive in and try to find the answers to. And number 3, never listen to me. Never listen to anybody else out there. Do your own research. Decide if a project is right for you because only you know your situation. So never ever dive in because of FOMO. Now, with all that being said, let's jump into those 3 critical questions. The what, the who, and the why. What is this project and what is it trying to bring to the world that it can utilize? 2, who are these people and can we trust them? And 3, why is this a project that might be good for me and why could it be good for you? We're going to get those answers for you right now. Now, as we get started on our journey, I want to let you know that down in the description below, I put links to all the things we're going to visit, as well as all the social media channel. So if there's something we don't cover or you don't find an answer to within the documentation, definitely jump in the Discord, talk to the team directly, and they'll be happy to answer any questions you have. So let's go find out, what is RENO? So RENO stands for Real Estate NFT Official, and that's a conservative approach to large returns. But what is it, right? Yeah, let's keep going. So RENO is here to provide NFTs related with real-world assets. We aim to scale our company and provide stable dividends to our holders. This is the kind of NFT that you pass on to your children over time. RENO is focused on investing in North Cyprus real estate, fast-growing market to create a cash flow, generate revenue, and scale up capitalization. So essentially what they're wanting to do is sell these NFTs, take the revenue from that sale, go out and buy the properties. Now, once they have those properties, they're going to rent those, they're going to build them up, and they're going to reinvest into the company itself. After a certain amount of time and the community votes on it, those revenue streams are going to start paying back to the NFT holders. So please understand, this is not a quick flip. This is not buy this NFT, hold it for 2 weeks, flip it, and double your money. This is a long-term, real-world revenue stream that they're trying to build. If you're like me, one of the first questions you're asking is, okay, how much are the NFTs? What's this going to set me back? How does it work? Well, if we go to the mint page, as you can see, it's not ready yet because it hasn't started. It actually starts this Sunday the 5th at 11:30 Eastern on a live stream right here on Down Home Crypto. There's going to be a total of 4,115 NFTs able to be minted. Of those, 115 will be given away as promotional events and special perks to people in the community. So I can tell you that in the live stream here, March 5th at 11:30 Eastern, one of those NFTs will be given away to one of you. So make sure to tune in. But on those NFTs, if you're whitelisted, the price will be $500. If you're not whitelisted, the price will be $600. And there is no limit to the amount you can buy. And the mint date doesn't have it here, but I'm telling you right now, March 5th, 11:30 Eastern time is when the process begins. Now, of course, my next question is, if I choose to mint an NFT, what kind of returns can I expect and how long until I start getting them, right? Well, they give us a great breakdown here that covers the next 7 years of time and what our expected ROI is. But if we scroll down, there's some more information we've really got to take into account. So it says holders returns. Before dividend payouts, the project will have to scale, and that period can be determined and then decided by holders to start payouts or reinvest further. So there's going to be a scaling process. And from talking to Artem, he's talking about a 5 to 6 year reinvestment time where all the revenue is going to go right back into the company. Now, us as holders, we can vote to start paying dividends sooner than that. But at the same time, the less we reinvest, the less returns we get in the long run. So please understand, this is not something you're going to get right away. This is a long-term play, but it is built on real-world assets. So, and it says within 6 to 7 years, according to estimations, the project will be able to generate 120% return on the investment, paying holders more than their initial investment within 1 year and generating further profit for them to enjoy. So like it says here, if this project reinvests into itself for the first 6 to 7 years, at that point in time, there will be 120% ROI paid out per year annually from dividends and continue to go up. Now, if we as a community decide to vote sooner to start paying dividends, then of course they're probably not going to be as high. So it's really kind of up to us to decide how we want this to play out. Now, the next thing I want to cover real quick is if all the NFTs do mint out and you get that total allocation, how's that going to be broken down throughout the project to make sure that this is sustainable and covers all the bases? So they give us a great diagram here, and it says 70% will go to property acquisitions. 7.5% will go to the raffle prizes, which we'll cover in a second. 7.5 will go to the legal advisors, realtor agents, legal fees, ecosystem development. Okay, so that's where all the maintenance, all the growth and all that comes into play. 7% will go to the property improvements, furniture, equipment, purchases, things along that lines, because it does talk about that properties do rent better if they're already furnished and if they're furnished nicely. So they're going to make sure these properties are in the best condition possible to generate the highest reward possible. Good aspect. And then 8% are going to go into blockchain investment. Now, these are other revenue streams other than just property, and that's great to know that these guys are diversifying this portfolio. Now, we just read over in the allocation table that 7.5% or $150,000 are going to go to Raffles. You got to be asking yourself, what are you giving away for 100 grand of Raffles? Would you believe a house? Yes, they're actually giving away a house in Raffles in North Cyprus. Let's go find out about it. It says we offer several types of events to entertain our holders and followers. A giveaway campaign will take place before minting starts. There will be only one raffle for holders to win a property in North Cyprus worth up to $100,000. And then there will be further monthly raffles with different prizes that will take place for the holders. So already starting out, the free mints are part of that aspect. The other aspect is a $100,000 house located in North Cyprus that one of us NFT holders are going to win. So pretty exciting stuff here. Now, I did talk to Artem and I asked him specifically, hey, what do we have to worry about if we win this allotment? I mean, I'm from the US. I don't know anything about buying a house in North Cyprus. And he said, you know what? Property taxes are super cheap. It's really easy. Not to worry. The project will cover any fees associated with getting this house in North Cyprus. So pretty cool aspect. I think I just found my summer home if I win this particular raffle. Now, our next question we're going to get into is, why North Cyprus? Well, first of all, I had to figure out where is North Cyprus and where Cyprus start with. So here's a world map. And as you can see, you've got Italy here, Greece, Egypt, Libya, Turkey. So it's surrounded by the Mediterranean Sea. Now, if we zoom in on this map, we can see the island of Cyprus right here. And you can see that it's actually separated by a line saying the north and the south. So right here is that separation line. And up here is the north, which has a lot more beachfront property than the south does. So pretty cool. Now, I was able to go in here and I actually went street by street and wandered around for about 2 hours. I will not waste your time with that. But what it really reminds me of and sets up the conditions of is Southern California. So for me here in the States, and I look at it going straight across horizontally, I can see, yeah, it's kind of like Southern California. And when looking at a lot of these pictures, looks very similar to that too. Well, let's take a look at some of these photos from the Cyprus island. So when we go through these, and this is right on Google Maps, you can do it yourself. I mean, these are some beautiful oceanfront properties, different resorts going through there. You've got cruise ships, you've got yachts, you've got all kinds of things. So definitely a tourist location. So any property on this island is going to be pretty profitable, I would say. But why specifically North Cyprus and not South? Let's go find out. So back here on the website, it explains this for us. And it says North Cyprus is a fast-growing developmental market with increased demand due to the current world situation and lenient visa requirements of North Cyprus. A lot of construction is currently taking place with hundreds of projects under development. Unlike South Cyprus, North haven't yet reached its top potential. However, this gives us an amazing opportunity to purchase property before price reach top height. Property average prices in North Cyprus have grown by 45% in the last 2 years, and that is more growth than between the year 2015 to 2020 in 5 years. Within 2 months after the mint date, properties will be purchased and already organized to generate cash flow from renters or held on for future sale. So they've done their research, and Artem is in North Cyprus right now, and we're going to talk to him in just a second. So please understand, apparently South Cyprus is much more finalized and prices are higher, and it's much more a resort area. North Cyprus is still going through that growth spurt, so getting in early on any property deal always sounds like a good idea to me. Now, the last part of this allocation chart I want to get into is the blockchain investments. What exactly is that? And it actually lists out in the white paper kind of what they plan to do moving forward. It says they want to partner with more real estate agents and increase our influence in North Cyprus to find the best properties to generate largest cash flow possible. Also, connect with developers to potentially invest in more projects under construction phases, as well as create an ecosystem of projects where all these projects of different sorts and utilities all exist within the RENO ecosystem. They want to invest in worthy crypto startup companies right at the very beginning. So kind of an angel investor, if you will, which, as we know, some of the other projects that I've been looking into, angel investors are a really big thing and usually the most profitable entry point. So pretty exciting. They also want to create an app for holders of the NFTs, as well as introduce a RENO cryptocurrency, utilizing that within the ecosystem. So they've got a lot of plans. They've got a really long roadmap, all listed out, very detailed. So I like the fact that they're not just looking at this one revenue stream, but they're looking at multiple assets and how to grow going down the road. So a diversified portfolio, as well as a lot of good plans moving forward. Now, for a lot of us, buying an NFT today and waiting 5 or 6 years down the road till we start seeing that ROI return seems like a really long time. And, in the DeFi space, that's just crazy. Nobody waits that long. But if you realize that this is built like a business model, and they've got the scales out here, they've got the planned out revenue streams, all the aspects within that business model, then it seems pretty realistic. And as we know, within the DeFi space, we've gotten spoiled because time does move so fast. Now, these are just estimations of what they perceive it could look like, but there's no guarantee. So always do your own research and decide if this is something that you're really interested in. If so, I highly recommend you go in, you read the white paper, you dig through all these calculations, you do your own research on the properties in North Cyprus, and you look at, is this a viable plan that's set? Because I never want you to take my word for it or anybody else's. Always do your own research and make sure this is right for you. So I think we've covered question number 1 pretty thoroughly. Now let's jump into question number 2. Who are these people and can we trust them? Now for that question number 2, who are these people and can we trust them? We go to the white paper here and it shows us the pictures, the faces of the founders, who are Iliam and Artem. And it says Iliam is an architect experienced in real estate, interior design, and business management. Artem is an entrepreneur experienced in e-commerce, crypto trading, and NFTs. So it's great that we get to see the full names and the faces of the founders behind this project. But you know what, for me, that's not enough. So what are we going to do? We're going to call Artem direct, bring him in here. We're going to sit down, talk to him face to face, and ask him those hard questions. So as you guys know, I'm really big on understanding who is the team behind this project, because that's essentially who we're trusting our money to. Now, going through the white paper, going through all the documentation, got a pretty good understanding, but I don't have that solid feel. So I've invited Artem here to join us. So welcome, Artem. Thank you for taking the time, brother.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me here today. And I'm ready to answer anything you have for me.
Excellent. Well, I got some good questions for you, but first I want to bring up the website here. As you can see, the guy on the screen here is the guy on the screen here. So I like to verify and make sure that that person is that person. And I really like the fact that you even have a doxed wallet address. That's very unique for any founder to have. So very cool on the transparency, but big thumbs up on that one.
Thank you very much. We try to be as transparent as possible here at RENO, because this is really the only way you can get people to trust you, is to be as transparent as possible, show your face, and just be out there for everyone. And that's all about RENO, really.
Exactly. So if you would give us a little bit of background about yourself and what brought you into crypto space, and why did you start RENO?
Absolutely. Well, I'm in the crypto space for about 4 years now. And when I came in, like everyone, I lost a bunch of money investing into all, kinds of coins, NFTs and stuff like that. Before that, I was trading stocks. And when I came in, all of my stock knowledge just went out the window. I was just seeing these crazy returns, get that FOMO, and I was just like investing into everything. Lost a bunch of money and realized, the Web3 needs something conservative, something and everyone can understand. Because with a lot of projects, when they tell you what they're going to do, you kind of get a grasp of it, but then you don't really understand, you don't have a deep knowledge about what they're actually doing with the whole DeFi stuff. So I wanted to bring something conservative and something that everyone will understand. And as time went on, I started consolidating it in my head. And for about 2 years, I was just, thinking about it in my head. I wasn't too serious about it, but I still tried to build that idea. And then as time went on, about a year ago, that's when I actually got it all in my head, right? I realized that real estate will be the best option to go conservative and long-term and generational wealth kind of style. So I called up my co-founder. We're a two-man team, by the way. I called up my co-founder and I was like, yo, so this is the idea I have. We're going to make it great. It's conservative. It's great returns. It's just amazing. It's going to be perfect. Yeah, you can see my co-founder Ilya there on the screen. I called him up and, he jumped straight onto it. He's an architect himself. He's just finishing last year of university back in the UK. And once that's out the way, he'll be coming here to me. I think he has like 3 months left of that. So that's nearly completed. He was up on it. We straight got to researching the market and identifying the best place to go for. And we identified North Cyprus to be the best place for us in various ways, really. One being the history of increasing in the property value. For the past 2 years, each year, the property value increased by 40%, which is absolutely amazing. And then there is more features like there is a north and the south side, which you can read more about online. I wouldn't go into too much detail because that'll be a whole historical lesson, which I love to give, but we'll try to keep this short, guys, not keep you waiting. So if you look at the south side, the prices for the housing there sometimes is 10 times higher than here in the north, while it all being the same land, the same nature, the same everything really. There are some reasons for that, which you could find out from asking us or visiting our other AMAs, where I go into more detail with that. But yeah, this is why we identified North Cyprus to be the best place for us. I also have experience in e-commerce. I had a drop shipping business with my friends. I was selling accounts online. I was doing stocks, as I mentioned before, crypto trading, obviously, flipping and selling NFTs. So all sorts of stuff I was involved with. But this is my first crypto project that I've established, and I imagine it's gonna go to the moon. And I truly believe in it. It's my kind of baby, which I will carry to the stars and give everything to.
Perfect. Okay. No, that's great to hear. And it's very interesting that you picked North Cyprus because you lived in the UK for several years. Your partner was in the UK. How did you find North Cyprus? I mean, was it like spinning a map and hitting a pin, or what kind of research did you do to find this particular location to start building this type of business?
Sure. Well, here I have to give a bit of my personal backstory. We're both from Russia originally. However, I am a British citizen. I've lived in Britain for the past 7-8 years now. My co-founder is not a British citizen, but he lived there for as long as I had as well. And due to our Russian origin, there was some issues with the banks and the banking system in the UK. Like our families got their bank accounts closed, and some investing firms didn't want to work with us, which is a bit annoying. And for that reason, we decided to not open a business and conduct business somewhere where there is influence of those European and US banks. To firstly protect ourselves, of course, we don't want to run into any trouble. And secondly, protect our holders, because if you're investing money in us and then there is some legal issues with us opening a business or our bank accounts, that's not good for you. You could potentially lose money and stuff. So we didn't want to put anyone at risk in that sense. And North Cyprus was the best option in this area, where there were very good returns in the past 2 years, and it's still kind of happening. A lot of money started pumping into here for the past 2 years, because as I mentioned, it's very underdeveloped as of now. There's a lot of potential for it to develop in the long run. So if you look at the South Cyprus and then the North Cyprus, you will see a big difference, but that difference brings potential for it to grow. And for those reasons, we decided the best idea for us is to go here to North Cyprus. My family also owns a property here, an investment property, and I visited this place from time to time for a holiday. So I am aware with this location before, obviously, we picked it. And when we decided it's going to be North Cyprus, I moved here, and I've been living here for the past 6 months, soon going to be 7. So I know my stuff here. I met some local people, some local businessmen who's also going to be advising me on this journey. So building out the network and preparing to launch, really. And yeah, this is why we decided North Cyprus for us will be the best opportunity, really.
Okay, cool. So now let me ask you, is RENO an actual registered business in North Cyprus there?
Not as of now. Once we do the mint, we're going to be establishing a legal entity here in North Cyprus. We're also going to be establish a legal entity in St. Kitts and Nevis. That's kind of an inside info I'm giving. That's what we've been setting up with a lawyer team that was helping hydro whales back in the day. I got in contact with them, and we decided to do the setup. This way, we could legally avoid taxes. Legally, I said that again. We keep it fully legal, fully transparent. This way, we're able to maximize our result, and later on, maximize the payouts to our holders, avoiding all the taxes while keeping it all legal. And for that reason, we'll be establishing two companies. And once the mint takes place, then we're going to be starting to establish those companies. First thing we're going to do after the mint is establish the companies, and also looking at purchasing some blockchain assets, which is also one of our fields of investment. There's some good opportunities that we're seeing currently with Alpha Shares, for example. They are doing a mint soon. It's like a pre-mint in a way. It's like a closed sale, you could say. You could get on the whitelist, but it's not open for everyone. We got on the whitelist because we're an amazing project, and we'll be grabbing some of those NFTs. Also, we're partners with Neo Films, and we're going to be getting one of their founder passes as well. And then we'll be also looking at starting to purchase property. But of course, in order to do that, the capital will have to be big enough. So we will see what we have in terms of the funds from the mint and act accordingly. And obviously let everyone know what is going on and what we're planning to do.
Okay, sounds good. So now I'm going to ask an interesting question here. I know a lot of people in real estate over the years that have invested things like that. Now, an endeavor of this nature is a huge endeavor, to say the least. And not to be offensive, but you guys are kind of young in this world. So I'm curious, what do you think that you can bring to the table that people who've been in this type of situation and why they're avoiding it? What do you think is your strength to overcome what they're afraid of?
Sure. Well, first thing first, as you did mention, we are young, but for us, it could be a benefit really, because we're a long-term project. The fact that we're young gives us a lot of time ahead of us, meaning that we'll be able to grow this project for ages. If you take someone who's 40 years old, don't want to be mean or anything, but in 50 years' time, you don't know what's going to happen to that person. In 50 years' time, I will still be alive and running RENO. So you're investing in the long term here. Also, we're full of excitement. We have experience. My co-founder is an architect and has experience with trading real estate back in Russia. And I generally have entrepreneurial skills and been running some sort of like small businesses there and there. And obviously, we're building out a network as well. Here in North Cyprus, we build out a network. One of the guys I met here is a real estate agent, and he's been here for 7 years now. And he's a local citizen. So he's also going to be helping us out, with advice and some legal stuff here. So we are getting some help from an older person who's been here and really developed here. That's where he started off as a real estate agent, and this is where he's still now. So in that sense, I think we're a better option for than others. Also, we're discovering a different market. You wouldn't find an NFT project investing in real estate in North Cyprus. Let's be real. It's a very developing area and not well known. Most people don't even know that Cyprus is two separate countries, south side and the north side. So, we have that kind of knowledge, which is also helping us. And we're generally very smart people. I don't want to brag, but we're not stupid. We know our stuff, and we're confident in what we're going to do and what we're going to give to our holders. So this gives us some sort of an advantage. And of course, I'm not saying we're better than other projects. There are other projects which are also amazing. I'm not hating on it. And I would even advise you to diversify your investment. If you don't just invest in us, invest in them as well. Diversify your portfolio, do your own research. And I'm not trying to, seem like the best project. We could be the same as other projects, but we have our own twists and turns there and there. So yeah, that's really it about us.
And that's a good answer. And that's one thing that I think a lot of people, especially like my age, I'm 50 years old. I do not want to go start a business that's going to last 40, 50 years. Like, no, I'll be like 98 before I can actually retire and go play. It's like, no, not okay. So I love your answer there. That's great. And, I look at one of those where whether you're younger or older, if you have a brilliant idea and the passion to follow through with it, I think anybody can change their life and really make it happen. But it's all about the people. So that's why I really wanted to get you up here and throw some hard questions at you to see what you had to say. So far I'm impressed, Artem. Thank you, brother. A couple more questions real quick. So now the Mint we're going to have a live event right here on Down Home Crypto on Sunday at 12:30 Eastern time. It's going to be fun. Even got a couple special guests I kind of passed a invite to that might be popping in. So we'll see how that one goes. But let me ask you about that Mint process. Now, is there a soft cap to that has to be attained for this project to start rolling?
Sure. So, the soft cap we need to reach for us to be able to start investing into real estate, we basically start doing all the investment that we planned out, would be something around $300,000. That could be where we'd be able to, do all the investments that we planned and really start kicking it off. If we get less than that, that's absolutely not an issue. As I mentioned, we have blockchain assets that we plan to be investing in, which have a much lower price and kind of point of entry, where we still be able to enter in, still start generating profit and, show that profit, establish a company, which we will also show and demonstrate that we are real, we are here. And this will attract more people, I believe, to our project and allow us to mint out. And of course, the market conditions are not the best for it, though I did see that NFT market started to recover from some sources. So that's always good, always exciting. Maybe we mint and then it explodes and then we mint out and it'll be amazing. So we'll see for that. The mint is happening on the 5th of March. We have whitelist and public sale. There is no limit on the whitelist. So if you get on the whitelist, you can mint as much as you want. And to get on the whitelist, all you have to do is just fill out a Google form, which you can find in our Discord or in our link tree as well. So, or just ask us basically, and we'll guide you for it, guys. And it's $500 for the whitelist, $600 for the public mint. And there are a few free mints we have available as well. Some of those we were giving away via giveaways, and some of those will be given away during the stream. So make sure to come. There will be some airdrops we're going to be doing to you guys. So make sure to attend. And some of that will be also held back for the project for our potential partnerships in the long run, and also some kind of giveaways and stuff like that for the community and for promo stuff as well. So yeah, that's basically the plan for us.
Perfect. No, it's a great answer, and I like it because a lot of people say, well, if we don't hit this level, we can't progress, and it's just dead in the water. You guys have like plan A, B, C, and D. So to me, that's a good, solid plan that somebody has thought out ahead of time. So Artem, I think that covers most of the questions I had to really get to know you guys and the founders, your background, your history, and also to get a little bit of a vision through your eyes and what your plans are. So here's what I would ask. If you would give us your closing speech, why should somebody come to RENO, and what can you assure them to as being something that they can trust and depend on? This is your opportunity.
All right. Well, RENO is a conservative investment, which we believe you could be passing on to your kids. It's something that could build generational wealth for you and your family. So why not try it out? We are always transparent. You see our faces, we're fully doxed. And we will do our best to make sure you get your payout and you get as much as you possibly could from the investments we make. So RENO is a very good opportunity, in my opinion. Of course, you need to do your own research. Reach out to us. If you want to meet us in person, if you're coming to North Cyprus or South Cyprus, go in our Discord, open a ticket, ping me in or my co-founder Ilya, and we can find a time to meet you here in person. So you could be able to see who is it you're investing in and the actual place you're investing in. So for that reason, guys, I think it's a very good opportunity to go for. I really believe in it, and I'm very passionate about this project. This is the first project I'm launching on the Web3, but not the last. There is a lot of plans ahead. We have planned out on our notebooks, and it's going to be amazing, guys. So hop in for the ride, and RENO will go to the moon, and you will pass it on to your kids. That you can trust me on for sure.
Okay, great to hear. So, Artem, thank you so much for your time. And everybody, if you watch this, mark your calendars. March 5th, 11:30 Eastern time, we start the live stream where we're going to do the minting. You're going to be able to mint right there on camera with Artem. If you run into problems, they're here live. And that's what I really want to do, is make sure that you get whatever support, whatever questions you need. Go through the white paper. And you know what? Don't take my opinion. Don't take this guy's word for it. Take nobody's. Do your own research always, because you are accountable for your decisions and only you know your situation. So, Artem, thank you so much, brother, and I will catch you on Sunday.
Fair. Thank you very much for this opportunity to speak here today. And yeah, see you on Sunday.
Great. Take care, buddy. Now, if you are interested in getting in the RENO project, or you just want to get on the whitelist because you're still not quite sure yet, but you want to watch the live stream to see how that goes, I highly recommend get on the whitelist either way. It's a really simple process. Go to the frequently asked question page on the website, and question number 2 says how to get a whitelist. Simply fill in the form here. Click here, and that'll open a simple form asking your Twitter account, your Discord name, your email, and then the wallet address you would want to get whitelisted. So fill this in, submit it. From there, give a little bit of time, then jump in the Discord, talk to the team, and make sure they got it, and find out if you got the whitelist spot. So now we come to that critical question number 3. Is this a project that's right for me? And is it a project that's right for you? Well, first and foremost, I will never speak for you. And secondly, never take my advice. Never take anybody else's advice. Do your own research, do your own due diligence, and decide if it's right for you, because only you know your situation. And truth be told, you are truly accountable for your own decisions. So make sure you're comfortable. And if you're not, that's okay. Still take the time to get a whitelist if you're on the fence. Show up for the live event and see if we can answer your questions there, or simply jump to the Discord, which I put a link to the description down below. Talk to the team, ask your questions, and make sure that you're certain before you ever decide to go one way or another. Now, I can tell you on my personal Serenity Scale, which is 100% that I sleep like a baby and I never have a fear or doubt in the world, 0, which is I'm staying up all night, terrified and panicked constantly, I put the RENO project about a solid 65. Now, I can tell you honestly, if it weren't for the team and the amount of time I've spent with these guys, talking to them and getting to know them, it would probably be closer to a 50. But just having that transparency and that understanding of the people themselves has definitely given it a solid boost, in my opinion. But as always, do your own research. So I want to thank you so much for your time, and until next time, have a great night.